educational abilities that you're getting out towards the world?
Well, I have a Global Leadership Academy is a charter school in West Philadelphia.
Yes.
Charter schools are schools that provide opportunities for education for people who can't afford a private school. So instead of going to your neighborhood public school, charter schools offer parents without the financial means to go to Catholic or private school the ability to choose. So charter schools offer choice. Our school is a K-8 school in West Philadelphia, and the theme of our school is global leadership because we prepare future leaders of the world. And our students, we're preparing them to live on the world stage.
Now, is this universal or is it just like in the city?
Well, there are 70 charter schools in the city of Philadelphia, and all the children who live in the city and their public school children have a right to go or the ability to go to a charter school. So they have to apply to a charter school anywhere in the city. And if there's available space, they will be accepted at that charter school. And they don't have to go to the school district of Philadelphia school. So it's a public charter school. Your public dollars, your tax dollars, instead of them going to the district itself, 2/3 of them go to the charter school.
Now, what are the benefits for the children?
Well, the benefits in the city of Philadelphia, if you ask parents who have their children in charter schools, and one of the main benefits they feel is that their children get a better education and they feel that they are in a safe place. Now, your charter schools all have teams. So there's some are Afrocentric, some are international, their leadership. So there's several different, whatever the school is, they can have their teams. But then a parent feels that if my child is interested in that particular topic or theme, then they have the opportunity to send their child.
Now, how well educated are your teachers?
My teachers, I have 100% of my teachers are highly qualified, and 95% of my teachers are certified. So they have their certification by the state. The other 5 to 7% of my teachers are working on their certification, which means that they're in school or they're doing what they need to do to finish. They all have BA degrees, but in a charter school, you only have to have 75% of your teachers to be certified.
I see. So your children are getting well-balanced education?
Well-balanced. I have a well-mixed, racially mixed staff. And so our children get a very good balance for their program.
Now, do they have like scholarships? Maybe
no, because you don't pay any money.
Okay.
So you don't need a scholarship.
Okay.
You don't pay money to go to a charter school. And that's something that people don't understand. They think that you have to pay to go to a charter school. You don't pay any money to go to a charter school. Now, across the nation, charter school movement started in the mid-90s out in the Midwest, and so across the nation now, there are charter schools all over the nation. So if people want to have choice, that's really what it's about. That you want to put your child in the best education. Every parent wants their child to do better than At Global, we have a different perspective in that we are preparing our children to live on the global stage. So they have to commit themselves to community service. So today at the Belmont Mansion, I have 5 or 6 children here who are doing community service. So they're serving the patrons and they're helping out as they can. And when they come back in August, they have to write a paper about what it is they did over the summer to commit to their community service.
Now, recently, did they go on a trip?
Yes, we also studied the Underground Railroad. That's part of their study. So this place became a very important part to the social studies component for my 7th and 8th graders. And they studied the Underground Railroad. They studied the impact of African Americans and their impact on the American life. And then we traveled to Canada. And we left this site and traveled to Canada, into Ontario, traveling under the route that Harriet Tubman took. And then came down into Detroit. We visited several sites in Ontario that were historic sites, places where the slaves ran to when they came out of America, because Canada abolished slavery 30 years prior to America. So that's how Canada became a place where slaves went to, and they were considered free. And so the children were able to travel that see original homesteads. It was just an outstanding experience.
How did that really impact them when they see historical culture?
I asked the children to write in my journal as they were traveling, and they kept their own journals. But some of the things that the children said that, they got it. They really understood now the role that our ancestors played, how important they were in the growth and development of the country, and they just had the feeling because they had slaves. We were in one location where they actually put the slave collar on their neck, so they literally could feel the weight of this slave collar. They had the shackles in their hands, so they could really feel how a person would have felt wearing it. So they understood exactly this whole running for freedom, and then what happened when you got there. They went into safe houses where the houses were dark, and they kept them so that you could see that once they came across the Niagara River, Niagara Falls, and then crossed into the Canadian border, that they went into a safe house, and they could see how wet and damp and cold it was, and how maybe 50 slaves or 100, freed slaves were standing in this little 8x10 room until they were taken to the next safe house.
Will this be an annual event for children?
This is going. Our goal is to get our children to travel out of the country before they leave. So at least one trip out of the country. So that was our first trip in Canada, and they all got passports, and they were all able to, use their passport, and they went across the border, and they had that experience, and then coming back into the country. It was an awesome experience. Canada is our place that we will go to. And this year we're looking to go to Jamaica because we want to adopt a school in Jamaica. And our 8th graders will spend a year doing community service for this school in Jamaica. And then we will hope to be able to travel to Jamaica next year. And then Canada also the following year. So we're going to rotate between the two right now.
So do you think the basic understanding, like when kids rip it, do it have to be 8th grade to be like 5th? I mean, do you ever think about that?
Well, we took 7th and 8th graders.
Okay.
And we prepare all of our children study the continents of the world. So our social studies program is based on global studies. So from kindergarten, they study about other countries of the world. So they're preparing for it. Now, our thrust is that our 1st and 2nd graders, their major trip is to City Hall. So they learn local government. Our 3rd and 4th graders, their major trip is to Harrisburg. So they study state government. And then our 5th and 6th graders, their trip is to D.C. So they went to Washington, D.C. this year. And then our 7th and 8th graders is the international. And the reason we do the 7th and 8th graders international is because of age, insurance. All parents are not going to let their 4th grader go out of the country or something like that. But 7th and 8th graders, you have a little better space with the parents.
Ms. Booker, thank you so much for being on my show. You inspired me so much. I wish I was a little kid again.
Oh, yeah. We have a wonderful school.
I want to thank you and great success to you.
Oh,
and
thank
God,
you so much.
Please keep our cultural line.
Thank you. We will. We have to. We have to.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of Catherine, and may God bless you always.